Okay, so I have a massive book haul. It's pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I actually have a book buying problem. Like, I feel like I'm legitimately addicted to buying books. So, these are all the books that I've bought. Most of them are paperback. I got some of them on sale or like bargain places, and I didn't buy them all at once. But it's probably like $100 worth of books here almost. Yeah. I'm not going to buy any more books until these are all done. I'm done reading all of these. Except unless it's like a sequel to a book. When a sequel comes out that I really need to read, then I'll get that and read that right away and then get back to these books. But yeah, I'm just going to dive right into it. So the first book that I got is Born of Illusion by Terry Brown. I thought this sounded really interesting. It's about illusionists in the 20s, I think, and that just sounds awesome. It reminded me a little bit of The Night Circus, and I know it's probably not going to compare. I have a message! Then I got I Heart London. I've never heard of it before, but it was $5 at the grocery store. I was doing a late night grocery shop after work one night, and they had this bargain book rack, and I thought this looked cute, so I got it. And the next book is a children's novel. But I could not resist getting it. It was like the most magical looking book ever, and I just had to get it. It's called The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer, who's from Glee. And I just thought it looked super magical and wonderful and cute, and so I had to get it. And there's a second one that just came out, but I figured I'd read this one first and just see how magical and wonderful it is, and maybe I'll get the second one. And then I thought maybe I can read it to my nephew when he's a bit older, because that would be cool. Next book I got is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake, and I just noticed that it's bent on the front, and I'm really upset. How did that happen? Oh my god. Ah! It's not even like the back, it's the very front cover. I don't know if you can see it. There's a big, huge bend line up there. Oh, I'm so upset right now. We'll try and move past it. I got this because of Brittany's review. I thought it sounded good, and so I got it. Next book, Dreaming Awake by Gwen Hayes, which is the sequel to Falling Under. And I really liked this book when I read it, but I read it a few years ago and I don't remember it at all, so I'm going to have to reread it before I read this one. So I will do a review of this one probably when I reread it. And then I'll do a mini review with other sequels with this one probably. And then I got Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. Yes. And I did not realize that this was a book, and I also didn't realize how little it is. I just feel like this will take me 3 hours to read. Probably not even. I don't know. Actually really excited to read this because I've never read a book that's written by 2 different authors before, and I wanted to find out how they did that, and I did research on like this book specifically, and found out that they didn't even do any planning or anything, just David wrote his chapter in the guy's point of view, and then sent it to Rachel, and then she wrote the next chapter in the girl's point of view and sent it back, and they just went back and forth like that without any communication about what was going to happen next. And so that sounds really cool that they got like a good story out of that, and so I'm excited to read that. And then I got Divergent by Veronica Roth, and I have this already and have read it, but I wanted it in hardcover so it can match my hardcover Insurgent and my hardcover Allegiant when I get it. So, it's beautiful, and I'm glad that I got it in hardcover. And, the next book my boyfriend got for me, as a surprise present, which is really nice of him, and it's Monument 14 Sky on Fire, which is by Emmy Laybourne, and it is a sequel to just Monument 14. And he didn't know that. He just saw... Okay, first of all, anyone can have this confusion. The sequel says Monument 14 on the cover, and the first book is called Monument 14. So they were both on the shelf, and he saw 2 books with different covers that both said Monument 14. So he thought that they were the same book, just with different covers. And because the first one was in paperback at the store, so he was like, oh, this is just the cover of the paperback one, and this is the cover of the hardcover one. And he got me this one because it's hardcover, and he thought that was nicer. And he thought the cover looked cooler. He was like, well, she's getting the cooler cover. And then he felt bad when I told him it was the second book. But I just went ahead and ordered the first one, and I ordered it in hardcover so that they would match. And I was like, don't feel bad, because now, as soon as I read the first one, I can read this one right away because I'll already have it. And then the last, oh my gosh, my books almost just all fell. The last book is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I'm already reading this one. I'm like 100 and something pages in. And I'm reading it with Amber from Nerdy Book Lover. And it's pretty good so far. It's really good. It's different, and it's about people who have powers that do bad things, and they're in this camp so that they don't do bad things to people, and then one of the girls escapes, and it's good. And, yeah, so that's interesting, and those are all my books. There's a lot of them. So expect some reviews from these in the nearish future, because I'm going to read them all, because I read all the books that I buy. Okay, so I filmed my book haul a couple days ago, and I was gonna put it up tomorrow, which is today for you watching it. And I got home from work and I got books in the mail because I had to order books, which I mentioned in the book haul and in my last book review. Anyway, so I got Monument 14, which was the first book to the one that my boyfriend bought me as a random present, which was really nice. And I ordered it in hardcover because he got me the hardcover one and I wanted them to match, because I'm pretty sure you can only get it in paperback in stores now that it's in paperback. But anyway, and then there's these little scratches and rips at the bottom of the page, and I was really upset, and I was like, hey, as if they sent me a book with a ripped cover. And I showed him, and I was like, Anthony, look, it's ripped! And he was like, yeah, but now it's like Monument 14-ish. And I was like, okay, thanks, you make things better. Then I got Red Glove and Black Heart, and I'm also disappointed in this because Red Glove is not shiny. It's like this matted type of cover, and Black Heart is shiny, and White Cat is shiny. So they don't completely match. The cover styles match, but two of them are shiny and one of them is not. What the hell? This is one of the reasons why I don't like buying books online, because when I buy them in the store, I get to choose which one I want. Like, sometimes I'll pick up a book and I'll be like, ooh, I want to get this, but this one has a little bit of a rip in the cover, or this one's got a bend in a little bit, so I'm gonna take this one instead because this one looks prettier. You can't do that online. They pick them for you. But anyway, so they were a little bit cheaper, I think, than if I got them in the store, so I guess that's okay, and we're not really going to be looking at the covers, people are just going to be looking at the spines, and they're not that noticeable. It's only a little different. But anyway, I'm super excited to read Red Glove. I'm reading The Darkest Minds, so I am that far. I'm almost halfway. I haven't had a lot of time to read for some reason. I started reading it on Friday with Amber, and this is only as far as I am. And a friend that I work with started reading it as well, because she had it on her Kobo, and I was saying that I was going to start reading it with someone from YouTube, and she was like, oh, I'll read it too, and she's done it already, so I was like, well, don't tell me anything yet, because I'm not even close to being done. But I will be done this soonish, and yeah, there's going to be a review for this on Sunday, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, that's it. Now that's the end of my giant book haul.